But that's been a shining example in a city to say that, you know what, we can bring talent here. And then there are now graduates from Yale and Yale and Harvard and other places that are moving to Columbus, Ohio, and we're actually turning that into a hub of innovation. I've actually served on an executive council advising the state of Ohio on how to actually spur innovation, not just on coasts across the country, but in the heartland as well. I think that's our best way of picking people up. A lot of what I do, I don't like to pat myself on the back for, but I think that one of the things that we ought to do better as leaders is to make change, not just for the appearances, but for the substance of how each of us can have that biggest impact. Well, the more of that we bring to places like Ohio or Arizona or other places where we're building those plants across the country, the better off it is for places like Ohio, but more importantly, the better off it is for our nation to also actually be secure in our economic foundation. And so I've been very proud of that and been a leading voice of that and hopefully playing what role I can to bring that industry to places like Ohio. And I think that's going to be good for our country.
So did you support the CHIPS Act then, which was government intervention to try and bring some of that semiconductor business back?
So I think that was a very messily written act, which is why I don't support it. I think there was a lot of crony capitalism baked in, a lot of mandates for things that companies were supposed to do that had nothing to do with chips. And that's what happens when you have these complex statutes that actually very few of the congressmen even read before they sign it. It's just a reality. I've learned that as I've gotten into this game. It's one of the things we're going to do when I'm U.S. president is the statutes we propose are going to be very simple,